low profile Pompano rigs. We gotta tie up a bunch today, guys. This is the time of year for these, what I call low profile, light terminal tackle, double drop, single drop, Pompano rigs. Our water temp is still around 60 degrees, guys, and that is cold for Pompano. They like the upper 60s, low 70s, but that doesn't mean that they're all gone. They're still around. We call them resident Pompano. And when we have warming trends, these guys will definitely get active, which we have right now. We're at 70 degrees right now in the second week of February at 11:30 a.m. That is a warming trend for Northwest Florida. And it's gonna hold like this for the next 10 days, I believe. So we have some estimates that's saying that within those 10 days, our water temp is gonna rise at least 2 degrees, so we're gonna be at 62. 62, we're getting action. It doesn't sound like a large jump, but it is. So during these transitional periods is what I call them, or is what they're called, when we're coming out of one season into another, the fish get a bit scattered. They haven't settled into their new resting place for that new season yet. They're either still offshore, making their way inshore, or they're inshore, making their way offshore, coming into the bays or coming out of the bays, depending on species. So we get this like scattered fish effect during our transitional periods 4 times a year, right? Because we do get 4 seasons here in the Florida, Alabama panhandle. They're not as dramatic as other places, but we do get a solid 4 seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. So we'll get 4 of these transition periods a year. And the fishing can get tough, guys. So during these times, I like to try to make it easy for them. Making it easy means small beads, small floats, smaller hooks, lighter leader in some cases. Just making the presentation of your bait looking less aggressive can initiate a bite. So for these transitional periods, or really anytime the bite gets tough, we do the tough bite rig. We got this guy in 4 different colors, and I'll go over what we're using and why here in a minute. This one I like to use either sun up or sundown or in stained water. You have the 20-pound wet sand Perdido leader. You have the small round frisky floats. I know those look like beads, but they're actually floats. Then we have a non-aggressive looking bead, a translucent, so just completely clear. And then instead of our standard 2/0 hooks, we do 1/0 hooks on these. And we have one of these guys for any conditions you're gonna run into. So this next one I'm gonna tie up is the green and chartreuse, and I'll use the 20-pound grass line for this guy. This darker line also works well, sun up, sundown, stained water, and it really shines when you have vegetation in the surf. You got seaweed floating around, things like that. This grass line blends right in. With Perdido leader, we're not necessarily trying to make our line disappear. We want it to blend in. We want it to vanish within the elements. And I am a true believer in this line because obviously this is all I fish. And if you fish it correctly, you're gonna see a better hookup ratio. We also have a lot less of a population of Pompano's favorite food, the old sand flea. And if you ever had your hands on sand fleas, you know they're a fairly big bait. Now they come in all kind of different sizes. You got really tiny ones and then just massive ones that will cut in half because they're so big. But the ones that we mostly use are about the size of a Pompano float, right? Might be a little bigger than that. More like that size, if not bigger. And those guys can even get bigger than this. That's a big float. So with all your floats, your Pompano floats, like that's what we're mimicking. With this style float, you are mimicking a sand flea profile. See these guys here, right? Has a sand flea shape. All your pear-shaped floats look like a sand flea, but with less sand fleas in the surf and What I mean by that is if we're raking for sand fleas, we're trying to get sand fleas, they're hard to find in the colder months. So my theory is if it's hard for me to get them, raking them off the shoreline, then they're probably not being washed out into the surf. So that's probably not the main food source for these pompano right now. It's not easy. It's not easy for us, it's not easy for them. But what I do rake up is a lot of coquina clams. Anytime I'm out there blind raking for sand fleas on a trip or on a lesson, I always try to find some sand fleas, especially during a lesson, so I can show our clients how we're hooking them. And a lot of times during the colder months, I'm blind raking until I can come up with a couple so I can give the demonstration. Summertime, late spring, early fall, it's a lot easier to get them. You can see them. You don't have to necessarily blind rake. And what I mean by blind raking is like I'm just basically guessing. I'm trying to put some sort of thought into where I'm putting that rake. The more you're out there, the more you're doing it, you start picking up patterns. But it's tough. But what I can get, almost every scoop, are those coquina clams. So because of the ease of the coquina clam population right now, that's more than likely what these pompano are eating. They look something like this. That's a good shape profile for coquina clam. This is the frisky fin olive floats. And those coquina clams are colorful. You have purples, you have pinks, grays, white. So that's why we also use a lot of colorful beads. Not only to reflect light, but to mimic those coquina clams. But what's the problem with using just beads? There's no buoyancy. They're heavy. Not really, but as far as surf fishing rigs go, that's a heavy piece of tackle on that rig. So you want something with a little buoyancy to keep that guy floating around in the surf, floating in the column. So that's why we use these frisky fins, small rounds, floats for our tough bite lineup. These guys are going to mimic the coquina clam, which are plentiful right now. They are a float, so there's going to be some buoyancy. There's going to be some actual suspension. And then by adding this translucent bead, we're going to reflect a little light or give the impression that it's a lighter colored coquina clam. These guys are very small in profile also, not so aggressive looking. These fish are cold, trying to stay warm like we are. They don't want to be fighting with nothing. I get it. So if we can give them an easy meal, match the food source, and put some thought into our line color, depending on water clarity conditions for the day, then a slow bite can turn into a heavy bite real quick. And then for our clean water, bright skies, we're gonna go with the 20-pound blue current Perdido leader. This has a nice blue hue to it, which is gonna blend in well with that clean water. And we're gonna use that same translucent bead, but with a pink and green frisky small round float. Same principle. Introduce back into the system what they are already munching on, coquina clams. Keep it small, non-aggressive, and put some thought into the color of your leader line. By using that 1/0 hook instead of the 2/0 hook, you can cover more of the hook with your bait. So at that point, there's almost 0% of that hook that's exposed. This time of the year on these double drops, you're gonna see more hookups on that top drop rather than that bottom. And I'll tell you why. With water temps being at 60, but then with our outside temps being in the low 70s, the surface water is gonna warm up a lot quicker than down low. So where I fish in the Panhandle, we're fishing anywhere from about 2 foot to 7 foot of water. 7, 8 foot in some spots when you can find some holes. But I would say 90% of the time we're fishing 2 to 5 foot of water. So if I was a fish, if I was a pompano trying to stay warm, I'm gonna hang out closer to the top of that column rather than below, because that sun is warming up the top of the water. So with a double drop rig, you're gonna have one hanging high and one hanging low. That top drop is one that mostly gets hit, which makes perfect sense. There is some thought that goes into this, guys. If you're striking out, it doesn't necessarily mean that the fish aren't there. Maybe you're presenting the wrong shaped profile. Your leader line could be sticking out like a sore thumb, especially with finicky fish. They're gonna avoid that. Big hooks, big pieces of bait. I start paying a lot more attention to all that stuff during a tough bite. So as of now, we have the orange and white with the wet sand Perdido leader. Early mornings, late afternoons, overcast days, foggy days, stained water. Then we have our green and chartreuse with the grass line. Those same conditions, early mornings, late afternoons, overcast, foggy days, stained water. But when you have vegetation in the water, seaweed, that grass line does very well. Looks just like seaweed floating around. And then for our current rig here, I call it the watermelon, the pink and green. Clear skies, clean water. This blue current Perdido leader is gonna blend right in, and those pinks and greens are gonna look appetizing. Pompano do see color. I've done some research on that, especially in the depths of water that we're fishing. Now, the deeper you get, the more actual color is skewed. But in that 2 to like 4 foot zone, they see color, guys. And what has color? Coquina clams. Now, we're a panhandle-based company, so everything that I sell in here, everything that I promote is for our waters. But this same concept will work anywhere. Now, you might have to do some adjusting. The reason that I use 20-pound and sometimes 15-pound leader line is because we're rarely throwing any more than 3 ounces of weight. Sinker weight, that is. But if you're in the area, let's say you're fishing the Atlantic, or you're fishing rougher conditions in the Gulf, like in Texas, you might be throwing 4 or 5 ounces of weight. And for that, I might recommend going to 30-pound or using a shock leader. So any of our rigs that you want customized, we can do that. I have Perdido leader in our 3 main poundages that we use in the surf, 15, 20, and 30. So if you wanted a tough bite rig in 30-pound or 15-pound, you just let me know and I can do that. If you wanted a certain float color on a certain line color that we don't have stock, just let me know. We can do that also. Take a look at your beaches. Take a look at your water clarity. What are you normally dealing with? Clean water, stained water, there's a lot of vegetation around. Then you can customize a set of rigs that matches your conditions. We want you to have the best experience with our products, so we'll do whatever it takes to get you guys hooked up. Now, if you followed all those patterns and these guys are still being uncooperative, then you go with our final rig in the Tough Bite series, which I call the naked rig. This is gonna be your double drop, the blue current Perdido leader, but again, you can use whatever you want depending on your water clarity conditions. And this guy gets really simple. Simple, but effective. We sell a lot of these. I mean, they're just good to have in the bag. So if I'm putting out a 4-rod spread, one of these is always tied on. It doesn't always get hit, but I'm always throwing it out. And over the years, I have caught dozens and dozens of pompano on this rig because of our warming effect that we were talking about earlier, meaning higher in the water column is going to warm faster than lower in the water column. And by it getting darker the deeper we go, I want to put my attractant on this rig on the top drop. So I'm going to find my barrel swivel, then find my first drop. That's going to be the top drop. And we're going to go with 3 translucent beads. Not only are these guys going to reflect light, they're going to click around on each other and make a little noise. So get our 3 beads on there, then our 1/0, then on my second drop, only a hook. No bead, no float, no nothing. Hence the naked rig. Very simple rig, but very effective when those guys get picky. We're gonna have some tough times during this transition, guys. Think about your rig selection. Again, if you want me to tie you up something special, just let me know. And we're also offering pre-tied rigs right now also. So you can get these in double drop or single drop. They all come complete with a barrel swivel and a coast lock. So you have a rig tied, ready to go to add whatever you want to add. You can pick between all our Perdido leader colors. Let me know if you want a single or double drop, and then how many you want. That way you can buy your pre-tied leaders, and then you can shop around in our tie your own section and pick floats, beads, hook sizes, everything you want to build your own rig without needing the skill to know how to tie these leaders. The concept of tying these leaders is pretty simple. It's getting your fingers to work right that holds people up. So if you're new to this and you have some ideas for some rigs, but just can't seem to find the time or the will to learn how to tie these leaders, we got you covered. That's it for this one, guys. You guys check out the Tough Bite series, panhandlesalt.com, or if you're in the Pensacola, Perdido Key, Gulf Shores area, swing by the shop. I'm a real easy guy to get a hold of. You can shoot me a text, stop by the shop, email us. I do not mind answering questions, giving suggestions for anybody looking to get into this thing and needs a little guidance. We also offer surf fishing lessons here in Perdido Key and surf fishing charters. If you're coming down here on vacation, that's a good way to get out here and figure out what we're doing at the moment, because it always is changing. Book a trip or a lesson early in your stay, and now you have the knowledge to do this yourself for the rest of your trip instead of spending half your trip trying to figure it out.